Welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Friday, October 24th, 2025. This is The Drop. I'm Jay Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, it's Tass friggin' Mellis.
Yeah, baby, it's friggin' Mellis. I know people are saying, stop saying friggin', stop saying freaking. People accusing me of bringing up Thiago Splitter on October 20th, saying that I knew that Chauncey Billups was going to be charged and that Thiago Splitter was going to take the coaching job, but I must declare my innocence. I just like Thiago Splitter as a coach.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Heyo.
Hey-yo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer, JD.
Whoops. God damn it. I'll get it. Hello.
There you go.
Hey.
Oh, there you are, Tess.
Oh, hi.
Loaded podcast for everybody today. Thanks for joining us on YouTube live. Hit the like button, subscribe. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. We're going to hit you with some best of the week nominees on today's podcast, including every nationally televised game going to overtime right now. What up with that? A lot of free basketball being played.
Yeah, I'll say it here. I think it's selfish of the Oklahoma City Thunder to keep playing these overtime games, just rubbing it in the face of the Golden State Warriors. A lot of complaints out of OKC last season that they didn't get enough nationally televised games despite finishing first in the Western Conference in the 2024 season. They're saying we need some love.
Yeah.
So they're getting the love this year, and they're taking advantage of it by keeping the Warriors' first halves off TV.
That's amazing.
Have they happened at all? Who knows?
It's incredible. We also have our first wedgie of the season happened in one of those games last night. We'll show you that a little bit later, and we'll end with some rapid fire fun because it is The Drop. But first, that's right, on Thursday, Blazers coach Chauncey Billups, Heat guard Terry Rozier, and former NBA player and coach Damon Jones were arrested in a pair of sweeping federal investigations into illegal sports betting and rigged poker games backed by the mafia. Rozier's arrest comes after the NBA cleared him in their own investigation into alleged prop bet manipulation. Billups is implicated in a very complex scheme to defraud card players in illegal poker games, though he may also have tipped some gamblers on a particular Blazers tank job. We'll get into that. And Jones, who is a friend and a former teammate of LeBron James, he allegedly shared private information about LeBron missing a 2023 game versus the Bucks with gamblers. Jones is also implicated in the same poker scheme with Billups. So we were live on the air when this was basically breaking, and we had the FBI press conference yesterday. Learned a lot more here over the last 24 hours. I don't know where you want to start with this one.
Where do we start?
Because it's got the three names here and there's some overlap. And obviously the poker part is a lot more serious than maybe I thought yesterday when it was like, oh, it's an illegal poker game. Like, sort of what's the big deal about that? It's a lot more intense than that with the mafia.
Quite illegal,
yes,
it appears.
Yes.
There's 31 defendants named in that indictment. Can we start on the Chauncey Billups side? Just because it is Chauncey Billups and the bigger name. I just wonder how much this affects his legacy in general as far as an NBA fan goes. I mean, he's still going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Is he?
Right? Yeah, that's the question. Because as you said, I feel like the poker side of things and being involved in luring fish, as they're calling them, to just play in these games is the biggest scenario. The other side is that there was a chance one game that he tipped somebody to say, Damian Lillard's not playing in this game. Mm-hmm. We're tanking essentially. I feel like if he's just part of the luring the fish, it's, I don't know, a little less involved. And now I'm going way too far in terms of both. But I just wonder how much this affects Chauncey Billups' legacy in general, and whether or not he's going to be literally removed from the Hall of Fame, literally banned from the NBA. We still don't know.
Let's note right now, Billups, Rozier, and Jones are, I guess, presumed innocent until proven otherwise. I mean, the feds need to make a case here.
Yes.
So there's that part. But yeah, I know what you're getting at here, the Billups angle. If any of this is true, really, either the part where he's tipping people on, hey, we're tanking here, Damian's not going to play, all that, or the whole illegal gambling thing with the poker games, the rigged poker games. Yeah, he's never going to coach again. And it gets us into the question of, like, are you removed from the Hall of Fame for such a thing?
Yeah,
what do you think?
That's a huge question. Okay, so he's on indefinite leave now.
Yes.
And that is all part and parcel with the poker stuff for the most part, because while you can use the context clues to decide who is co-conspirator number 8 in the prop bet side of things, he's not officially named. So maybe there's not the evidence to bring a case against him there. providing that information is worse for the NBA, I think, than the illegal poker games. The poker games will hurt his legacy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, this is a guy who is pretty well respected, despite having some court cases against him in the past as well. But he is respected around the NBA, was a first ballot Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken, right? I don't think the poker stuff would get him out of the Hall of Fame, just because there are other players who have had gambling scandals in their past. Charles Barkley, known gambler. Michael Jordan was having to answer questions during the NBA Finals about his off-court gambling. That's off-court stuff. But if they're able to prove anything with regards to tanking and Billups providing bettors information about the lineup changes that are going to happen before anybody else has it, that kind of thing, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, we got to take you out because Pete Rose never got into the Hall of Fame, right? And he was doing basically the same thing, knowing who was going to be pitching or who was going to be playing and using that to his advantage. That's a huge black mark on the league. And if something comes out that that's what Chauncey was doing and he was able to profit off that, and maybe if it happened even more than just this one time, that's going to look really, really bad for him.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I mean, I do. The craziest part when you were reading all this yesterday was definitely this rigged poker game stuff and just the technology that they are allegedly using to just like scam people out of so much money. Like, it is nuts. Like, the sophisticated cheating technologies that, again, allegedly Billups, Damon Jones, and others were luring this people, probably with money, professional poker players, other athletes, you would assume, people with money to come to these games and lose it all because they had shuffling machines that could read the cards in the deck, poker chip trays with hidden cameras, special contact lenses and glasses that could literally read the pre-marked cards, and an x-ray table that could read cards face down on the table. So these are like 4 things here, James Bond-like things that, again, backed by the mafia here, they were using to get people in there and take their money. And again, that's where Billups and Damon Jones are being charged in this one case.
Yeah. So in agreement as far as the NBA and his legacy goes, as far as the poker game goes, that's not going to, if he's charged, he's not going to be removed, I don't think, from the Hall of Fame in any way.
I wouldn't think so.
Yes. It's separate from this.
The
where he's deemed as co-conspirator 8. We've all put it together, and yes, it's fun reading these documents and the government feeling like they're doing something for us as we can go and dive into these documents that co-conspirator 8 told a defendant, Eric Ernest, before the news was publicly announced that Dame would be sitting a game, that several of the Trailblazers' best players, including player 1, that's Dame, an individual whose identity is known to the grand jury, would not be playing in the March 24th game. The information that the Trailblazers would be tanking and not playing player 1 was not available to the public, including the betting companies. So if he is deemed guilty of that, then yes, it opens up a whole can of worms.
Yes. And this is sort of along the same lines, to go now to Terry Rozier, because we know this story a little bit longer. He's accused of participating in an illegal sports betting scheme using insider NBA info. This is what we're getting at here. It's like they know before everyone else, or in Rozier's case, can maybe even like dictate how he plays in said game, fake an injury, get out, hit your prop bet under and all that. But they're giving these gamblers non-public info to bet. I think there were 7 NBA games listed over a year here that the defendants, quote, had access to private information known by NBA players or NBA coaches that would likely affect the outcome of games and player performances. They provided that information to other co-conspirators in exchange for either a flat fee or a share of betting profits, according to the indictment. I know so-and-so's not playing. I know so-and-so's maybe banged up before even the public does. In Rozier's case, in a couple games at least, I'm just going to remove myself.
I'm going to get hurt somehow.
Yeah. And obviously this is just a brutal attack on the game's integrity if any of this is true. And it was true with Jonte Porter. He admitted to such. I did that.
Yep.
And now there's more and more names, and maybe there's more names to come too.
Yes, that's a huge question is, are there any additional players involved? I mean, Chauncey Billups is a lure for people to come out and see. Damon Jones, probably not. So maybe there's bigger and better face cards that will drop eventually. The main question I have with Terry Rozier is, how in the world did the NBA clear this guy? You know, they don't have necessarily the same fact-finding power as the federal government does, obviously, since they're an actual law body compared to just a league. But there was an investigation with Terry Rozier. That investigation went away. The NBA did their own investigation, took his phone, went through all that kind of stuff, and cleared him. He could have been playing right before he got arrested on Wednesday night. He was in uniform, right? He played 64 games last season, even though this stuff happened when he was on the Hornets back in 2023. So I think the NBA has to answer some questions on how did you let Terry Rozier even get back to the NBA?
Yeah, Matt Moore, I saw right on his Substack, quote, the NBA's biggest problem in all of this is the attack on game integrity. The second biggest problem for the league is the perception for their investigations that they might be worthless, because that's a great point from Trey with the Rozier of it all. And the ongoing Beasley one, right? It's like, what?
Yes.
Maybe they're more confident, like, we didn't think he did anything, or we don't know. But everybody rolls their eyes at it and goes, of course you sort of are going to do that. You might just be like, all right, give it some time, push it to the side, let's move on.
Yeah, it is a question. That is the number one question for Adam Silver. Why was he cleared? Because on this day, March 23rd, 2023, Terry Rozier was in a game and he pulled himself out. And as Brian Windhorst reported, he went on Rich Eisen's show and said that betting companies were aware. Here come the bets as Terry Rozier was pulled out and that entire day. So they were very aware. Betting companies knew. So obviously the league knew. And they obviously did a very long investigation and deemed him innocent. And the indictment is pretty telling that it feels like it goes way more far into detail of anything involved with Terry Rozier rather than Chauncey Billups. And now these are both in the headlines, as we sort of mentioned yesterday on Thursday's show. Both these men are in the headlines, but Terry Rozier is definitely the one that can be deemed guilty. It sure feels like way more involved with actual gambling in the game of the NBA. But because Billups is involved, it's sort of thrown in that headline. People are saying, whoa. One of the greats, one of the coaches was involved in the betting. But you get back to the Terry Rozier details of it all. He really, I got into this. You can't use a control F or a command F on these scanned documents from, but you get into the details. And literally on that game, he was playing for the Charlotte Hornets, March 23rd, 2023, and Rozier informed the defendant, Danilo Laster, that Rozier was going to prematurely remove himself from the game in the first quarter due to a supposed injury and not return to play further. Rozier provided this information to Laster for the purpose of enabling Laster to place wagers based on this information. Rozier was not on the Hornets injury report prior to that game, and Hornets officials were not aware of Rozier's plan to exit the game prematurely. The public, including the betting companies, was also not aware of Rozier's plan to exit the game that day. And
then there's video evidence of such said thing happening, of him leaving the game, like with 9 minutes under his belt or something like that.
Yeah, that's the same thing we saw for Jonte Porter. Yeah. We literally saw it. We got into it immediately. That was easy to see, I suppose, because it's a two-way player. Even if he was a guaranteed contract, he's just far lower on the pecking order of the roster. And Adam Silver mentioned that on October 21st, he was on the Pat McAfee show, basically saying we've got to remove some of those. I've asked the betting companies to pull some of those prop bets, especially with the two-way type of players.
Lower paid players.
Yes.
Right.
So they're aware of that. But the Terry Rozier accusations of it all goes into detail further in that Danilo Laster essentially, I'll just read this last one. After the defender Danilo Laster collected his cut of the fraudulent wagering scheme proceeds from the defendant fairly, Laster drove from Philadelphia to the defendant Terry Rozier's home in Charlotte, North Carolina. Laster arrived in Charlotte on or about March 30, 2023, so just after that game, essentially, and met Rozier at his home that day during the early mornings of April 1st, 2023. So he was there for a day. Okay. Anyway, Laster and Rozier counted the money that Laster had obtained from Fairley in Philadelphia.
Here's your cut.
So far more detailed.
Good work.
Than anything that Chauncey Billups did. But anyway, because they're separate, but they're all at the same time. And Dante Jones is the one who kind of
Damon
links
Jones.
Yeah, Dante. Sorry, Dante. I don't mean to name you Dante Jones, former NBA player Dante Jones. Damon Jones kind of links them both. And Chauncey Billups clearly is a friend of Damon Jones. There's evidence of that.
What, on Facebook?
No. To provide, no.
Likes his post.
I mean, we have to provide all the information here. During the pandemic, during the time where the NBA was on hiatus, Chauncey Billups had basically a group meeting, a sleepover at his house for Ty Lue, Damon Jones, to teach him how to coach. There's 6 weeks at his house. So anyways, they're friends. That's the whole point of saying that, not that it was a sleepover party, but 6 weeks of a seminar, just basically teach me how to coach. That's what he got Ty Lue there for. And anyways, he's buddies with Damon Jones, who's obviously part of this poker side of things. And as you mentioned, the LeBron side of things.
Right, because according to the filing, he has a close relationship, Jones does, with a prominent NBA player who played for the Cavs and the Lakers. And we know already Damon Jones was tight with LeBron. So the indictment does not name LeBron, but it's LeBron. And I already brought up that game that they're sort of zeroing in on. Jones texted a co-conspirator, get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight, because prominent player LeBron was going to be out. Again, this was knowledge to Damon Jones and then transferring it to these co-conspirators before it was public. And, get your bets in, go big. LeBron doesn't play, Lakers lose, so Bucks win. And that's how you're making your money. And then in theory, Damon Jones would get a cut of that because he's giving them information. Now, LeBron not
Jones
accused.
can eat now. That's what he said.
Right.
What a line.
Right. Yes, I forgot about that. But I wanted to say LeBron has not been accused of any wrongdoing here. And even being buddies with Damon Jones, they're NBA players. They're in the NBA world. It's not far-fetched to be like, yeah, I'm probably not going to play in Milwaukee or whatever. I'm taking a couple days off. And you'd be sharing that with a friend before anyone else would know. You don't know said friend, Damon Jones, is maybe going to turn around and be selling that information.
Exactly right.
So again, that's why LeBron's name's probably not in this thing.
Yeah, but it is one of the headlines, right? That's probably that's the lead headline in a lot of places.
Yes.
And seems to be, if you take out the LeBron factor of it, if you can't decipher the clues there, it would be the lowest level because it's Damon Jones, which I think is interesting. That's why they have to change something with regards to injury reporting. They have shoot-arounds in the morning. That's when the decisions are often made about who's going to be playing later that night. But you don't hear about who's going to be playing later that night until 5:30 when everybody shows up for pregame stuff and the coaches are making their lineup decisions. So if there's 4 hours in between, anybody can get on the phone with anybody. LeBron is probably just chatting with his buddy. Yeah, I'm not going to play tonight. You've been helping me with my jump shot, Damon Jones, and Damon Jones is trying to get paid.
So there's a bunch of questions with this. One we sort of already threw out there. Will any more names come out of this? I mean, that has to be silver in the NBA's worst case scenario. Let's be honest. This sucks already. It's amazing. We're starting today's show here talking about this for whatever it's going to be, 20, 30 minutes. The basketball's incredible right now, but this is the main headline. This is the major headline. But holy crap, if more players are roped into this, a part of this huge sports betting, tipping of information or the poker element, all that stuff. I mean, that's the worst case. So we got to wait on that. And then I'm wondering, how did Terry Rozier and Billups and Damon Jones, for that matter, how they get involved in all of this? Because sort of glossing over the mafia part of it all, right? We don't know. People have gambling problems, gambling addictions. You get in deep hole, and then you maybe want to fight your way out of it by giving them information and all that. Again, I'm just making that up. I've watched a lot of movies, so it's pretty obvious. And then the last thing is, what's the NBA going to do about any of this, if anything? Especially when we get into the prop bet part of it all. Do you think they'll change anything? Or the part about who's on the injury list, who's not? Do you have to have that 10 hours in advance? Does it have to be locked in, whatever? Do you think anything changes here?
Well, Adam Silver is addressing, prior to this, as I said, on October 21st, he basically said he is working with the betting companies along with the teams to basically say, number one, we can't really display as much gambling in people's faces as we have been. And that was one of his memos to the teams. He essentially said, we want to protect the environment around the players. And so I should say the memos are basically to say, in the arenas, we're kind of tired of people yelling at the players to say, you got to hit that shot. I've got to parlay for 29 points or whatever it is, because he listened to players. And it was last year, The Athletic did a really good survey of questions for the players who anonymously said, I'm tired of fans doing that to me. Right. And so there's that part that Adam Silver is already addressing. The other part is having the gambling sort of in people's faces. He actually asked for federal laws. He'd rather have federal laws say you can't have as much advertising in game-to-game situations, which I know we've got friends. I've got gambling friends who say that I hate seeing those advertisements in my face. And so Adam Silver's listening to that part and the prop bets being pulled back, which is a very interesting thing in that he mentioned this a couple days ago, obviously knowing that this thing is coming, but also that it's just the two-way players. Why not just yank them entirely? Because as we're seeing, Terry Rozier is not a two-way player. He's not a player who's low on the salaries at all. And to get back to Rozier, I mean, he was involved in apparently 7 games over a course of a full calendar year, 13 months. And so it wasn't just Scary Terry, as the indictment says his name is, as well as Chum, as well as Terry Rozier. He is involved in a lot of things, and he's making $24 million this year. This isn't just some guy trying to make extra money like Jonte Porter did at the bottom of salary. So I don't understand that.
So you think there's a possibility the NBA and along with the sports books completely pull prop bets?
I don't know if there's a chance, but I would say logically, it makes way more sense to just get rid of them. Yes.
I agree, but holy crap, you are talking about an insane amount of money. Insane amount of money on when you do the total volume of all the prop bets that can be placed. You are taking so much money off the table. Adam Silver made this bet. Now he has to lie in it. This is the thing. He pushed for the legalized gambling.
Yeah, but the prop bets are another part of the legalized gambling. Legalized gambling is going to happen, but as far as betting on one team, betting on the other team goes, I mean, the thing that makes most money is that NBA players play basketball and that the TV deals are there to make money for everybody. And these players, as they said, they told The Athletic last year, I don't like having players in my face or getting messages on Instagram saying, dude, hit that free throw or whatever.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But
the league and the NBA players are making money off of being in bed with all of the sports books. They're making money on all that.
Yeah. Well, first
that's what they decided, and they wanted to be legalized. They believe being it out in the open, we can catch these, the red flags of it all, these weird betting patterns. Like, if this happens way back in the day, then we don't know about it. Like, there's nothing being like told to the NBA, like, oh my God, there's like a bunch of people betting on Terry Rozier to go under.
It was the books that caught Jonte Porter and Terry Rozier.
Yeah, so it does work. That works.
That works, and that's the puzzling part about that day. As our man Brian Woodhorse said, they knew immediately that the bets were going on Terry Rozier. He was pulled from the game, and according to Brian Windhorst, he sat for the rest of the season, not because of an injury, but because they said, "Whoa, get out of the game, get out of the entire season, just get out of the lineup." Period. And so that's the puzzling part, and why Adam Silver most definitely needs to address this. But I will say, just prop bets versus betting on games is very different.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, so I think you can eliminate on that. Again, the players are the most important thing. The players not being harassed is the most important thing, as much because it is going to happen when gambling is around the game.
I don't know how you're putting that toothpaste back in the tube.
Just prop bets? You can yank that off.
Oh, and so you're saying we remove prop bets and therefore there will be no one yelling at Trae Young to hit another shot to hit the over. Well,
not no one. Hey, Hawks, win this game. You can yell at Trae Young. But I'm saying prop bets.
I saw it firsthand on Wednesday night when I was down at the Fortress. The kid in front of me had a line on Trae Young. I think he had to score 25 points. I literally asked him because it was end of the game. Hawks are getting destroyed by 30, and he's getting freaked out that they're going to pull Trae Young. And I'm like, yeah, you're screwed. He's not scoring enough because they're going to take him out. They're getting hammered.
He was under.
Yeah, and
he was 22 points, and he was shooting a lot in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, right.
Just noticed.
I want to agree with you though. But people have been saying this for 20 years. Smart economists, this idea of prop bets and point spreads. They actually make cheating a little too easy in the game. You can corrupt a player or a coach to get them to do things that have very little meaning to them, right? Oh, my ankle hurts, pull me out. Oh, I'll just miss this shot on purpose. That type of thing, where it's much more difficult to get everybody on board to dictate a win or a loss. Just wins and losses, I'm talking about. Not point spreads, because that's a little different too. And we've seen very funky instances at end of games where you're like, what's going on here, right?
Yeah, I think there are different levels, though. The point spreads versus the prop bets are different levels.
Different levels, yes, but
Yeah.
you can manipulate them in a game.
Which ones are we talking about? You're talking about point spreads, or you're talking about prop
I'm
bets?
talking about both. I think prop bets are the easiest for a player to have an impact or a
Pull
coach.
yourself out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ow, my knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're easier.
I got poked
So-
in the eye. Isn't that what
Yeah.
Chauncey Porter said? Or something like that?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like
he
that.
gets-
Or sick.
Yeah.
I think it was sick.
Yeah, both.
What are you gonna do?
I think both,
We
'cause
always
he was
say,
removed from 2 games.
Tass
So once he
invites
had-
me over, and I'm like, I'm not really in the mood. I got the shits.
Got poop.
Yeah, I can't come, man.
Yeah, so is that the reason? Actually, we need to do a federal investigation
saying.
why Skeets didn't come over 2 months ago.
But that's the easiest. Then point spreads, it becomes more difficult. But again, whether you decide to shoot or not at the end, and of course, Tim Donaghy of it all, fouls and not, and all that. Yeah. And then wins and losses, period. I mean, these are the most psychotic people in the world when it comes to winning. So professional players I'm talking about and coaches, that one I feel like they're less inclined on a win-loss to try and manipulate. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm naive about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there were game fixing back in the 1950s as well. And players are saying it's all about the point spread. We can still win the game. We just win by 4 points instead of 13 points. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, the prop bet thing is interesting because a lot of people are saying we should only be able to bet on high profile players. That eliminates the Jonte Porter side of things. But like you're saying, Tess, Terry Rozier was one of the best players on the Hornets when this was happening.
Yeah.
He's a guy that would have still been available, even if things change. So I don't know if you can only bet an over. Does that even make sense? Is that a thing? Like if they get rid of unders, so you can't pull yourself out of a game?
Just for the team, for the game totals?
No, for a player, like on a player prop.
Oh,
You can
interesting.
only do you want to bet that DeMar DeRozan takes 10 free throws tonight?
That's a very good point. Yeah.
There's no under to it.
Right.
So he's got to go out there and shoot 11 free throws. I don't know.
It seems, it seems like manipulation is definitely more prominent for unders
100%.
versus
Yes.
overs.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
because how can we ever be like, no, you're fine, your knee's okay? But the guy's like, no, I just literally broke my knee. And they're like, no, you didn't. I could use a couple more points, man. Get out there. But yeah, it's impossible.
Right.
Legit impossible to actually 100%. And the only way we know, again, is all these weird bettings coming in on it. It's like, whoa, why is there so much money on said player? Be it really star player or obviously it becomes more obvious when it's a player of lesser stature. Because it's like, no one's ever betting on Jonte Porter. Right.
Yeah,
Why is
yeah.
there 50,000 suddenly on him?
Yeah, and the accusation for the NBA right now, as far as Terry Rozier goes, is to put him into that situation where he isn't the guy that they recognize. Just a guy that isn't a prominent name. That's what it feels like. It was a March game for the Charlotte Hornets against the New Orleans Pelicans, and it feels like the accusers are basically saying you yanked him from the game. You didn't allow him to play for the rest of the season for a reason, and that's because he wasn't a huge prominent player. And that's the accusation.
The other quick fix to this is just put a max on how much you can bet on a particular thing. Because if there's not enough money in this for like these people to make big dough, then no one's going to do it. Right?
Yeah.
So just say the most you can ever bet on a prop bet is $10. And like no one will ever do this.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of this happens at casinos as well, right?
Yeah. I'm saying across the board, you'd have to do it. Yeah. It would become a real nuisance. You'd have to go to like a million places and put
Yeah.
$10 down. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's another way to get around it.
Or don't allow credit cards to make the bets and make it a total transfer from a bank account. Because that's where people obviously are damaged by having to charge everything to their credit card.
Anything else, TK, on this? Or while we wait to see what other names, what comes of it?
I would say probably from 7th grade to 10th grade, I was deep in the rabbit hole of the mafia.
Okay.
So I was very excited to read about the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese families.
The 5 families.
Well, 4 of the 5.
4 of the 5, thank you.
Yeah, the Colombos, they're on the up and up, I guess.
They're still in waste management.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, nice. Something I learned in high school, finally paying off down the line.
Yeah. Yeah, reading about all the tools and the mechanisms that the families / the poker games were using to be able to see what was going on in those cards. Very interesting, obviously, as technology has taken over.
I'm sure you saw the clip. I don't know who originally shared it, but somebody unearthed a clip of a professional poker player on some sort of podcast talking about said Billups poker games. Now, he never went and played, but his other friends did, his other professional poker players did, and they just like lost everything. And they were playing against people that sucked at poker, his words, not mine. And it was like, what the hell's going on here? Obviously something nefarious is going on.
Yep.
I don't know what exactly, but this thing's rigged because these guys are professional poker players and these other people stink and they're somehow pulling every card like just to hit the money to win.
Keep winning.
So this has been, I guess, probably out there in some circles at least for a while. But he even said, the weird part is his buddies kept going back to these games.
Yeah, they're like, we'll get them.
But I think that's the lure of it, right? Maybe a professional athlete of Billups' stature or whoever else, like, some people want to be in those rooms, be around those people. Maybe learn the odd inside tip on a game or something. And that's where you can see how they cross over a little bit here.
Right.
So we'll see.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah, as far as the Rozier part of it all, because that's the most puzzling part, I think, just the fact that the NBA literally cleared him and said it all good.
Yeah.
As far as the indictment
Very
goes,
odd.
Rozier, gave information that he was going to be injured, and he sold information on that. Although his lawyer said, as he exited the yesterday,
the courtroom,
he exited, and he had to put up his $6 million home as collateral, had to give up his passport, had to give his DNA. The lawyer said he didn't play in another game after that. While you could hear Brian Windhorst and his report saying that he didn't play another game because the NBA didn't want him to play another game.
Right.
And so the lawyer's defending it, basically saying the FBI is just trying to put on a show they are, he put him on this perp walk. They just want a photo op to say, hey, that guy's guilty. While also saying that he's got a case to defend himself, although it's far more involved than the NBA allowed us. This was literally 2 years ago. I mean, we didn't hear any sort of details about it.
Yeah.
So that's something that Adam has to answer. Although Adam knew it was coming because on October 21st, as I said, I did think when he was talking to Pat McAfee saying that he wants to protect the players from getting yelled at, essentially. He wants federal legislation to say less advertising and monitor promotion and to pull back the prop bets. Although Adam he one time he covered his ears, as Pat McAfee's co-host said, I'm looking forward to this 12-game parlay. And Adam covered his ears. There's
12-gamer, huh?
Well, I just got an email this morning from an unnamed betting company that was giving me odds on who gets arrested next in said, gambling circles here or whatever in this investigation. So you can now gamble on who's going to be arrested for illegal gambling. Full circle.
Yeah,
I guess. Is that the definition for full circle? I'm not sure. That's, I guess, a sickness right there. That's wild.
I mean, it was jarring seeing Chauncey Billups specifically leave the courthouse because it was a far better shot of him doing it than Terry Rozier. I mean, him leaving, I guess he was in custody for 12 hours, it seemed like, if I did my loose math, and him walking out. It was jarring. And so these headlines are working in a negative way for the NBA.
And you're right. Billups and Rozier, as attorneys, are saying we're innocent in this, and we'll prove that. I don't know about Damon Jones. I haven't seen a official statement from him or his attorneys, but yeah, Billups and Rozier are saying no. And like, then we gotta like sort of figure out, or I mean, more will come, but like, okay, how are you innocent? This does not look good, but what is the thing? Like, is it just going to be, I didn't know. I think that's going to
suck that game and I got hurt.
Well,
that's going to be his defense, I guess.
Well, in terms of tipping all these people too on things, it's like, I'm just saying that as a buddy. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be the defense? Like, I don't know. You're going to take that information. Like, you play dumb, basically, whether you were dumb or you knew and you just played dumb. So we'll see. All right. Should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a risky move. That the game that the Blazers tanked was against the Bulls. Not a good Bulls team either.
Be smarter about it.
Yeah.
Okay. We will get to best of the week, but first, a quick break from our sponsor.
Peloton is shaping the future of fitness with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. The new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus is Peloton's most elevated equipment, with real-time guidance and endless ways to move, alone or with your favorite instructors. It's cross-training reimagined with features designed to make your workout more personal. Peloton IQ plans your workouts, tracks your progress, corrects your form. My form? That is phenomenal to hear because my form stinks. And if I go to the gym, occasionally I'm in these classes where a trainer will say, hey, buddy, why don't you squat when you're squatting? Why don't you lunge when you're lunging? I don't do it well. But if there's somebody as a trainer, whether it's Rebecca or it's Jess or it's A-Dub to help you out.
You need that. You need a little
heaven.
guidance sometimes. We all
Every
do.
day. Every day we need guidance. It corrects your form and offers insights and guidance that help you unlock new breakthroughs. With the Tread Plus's swivel screen, it offers endless ways to train and level up. Go from running on the Tread Plus to strength training or yoga off of it with one smooth spin. Peloton is built for breakthroughs. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
All right, thanks to everybody for sticking with us here on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe. Podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. Let's talk a little basketball.
Yay!
It's time for Best of the Week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best of the week.
I love that from
beautiful.
JD. Yeah, no worst of the week here on Friday. We sort of already talked about worst of the week.
Yeah. Basketball was sensational this week.
It really
Yes, it
was.
It's the best as it ever been.
It continued last night. Yeah, we had an electric start to the NBA season. Again, absolutely sucks. There's a federal gambling probe going on right now, overshadowing said basketball, but we're going to talk about it. And I want to start with the best news of the week. Happened last night. First wedgie of the season. Yeah, wedgie number 1, Obi Toppin in overtime versus the defending champs. He's going to stick that three-point wedgie on the wing. And then watch this. He's going to go get it and dunk it.
Always follow your shot.
That's a 50. We saw Trey Kirby do that dunk once upon a time in a dunk contest.
Innovation, also on a 10-foot hoop.
Yeah, exactly. So, wedgie number 1, we're on pace for 65.
All right.
Yeah, that's great.
Let's go.
That's great. So,
Every wedgie
yeah.
is a snowflake. Have we ever seen a wedgie dunked? I can't remember
In a
it since
game?
we started tracking
Great
it.
question.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. No. There's no way because we started doing wedgies of the year for a long time.
We would have
Basically,
right,
most
right.
years that would be included.
It'd be a nominee at the very least. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it hasn't been done.
Didn't Obi also jump up and knock a ledgie or a pigeon out last year? I mean, that was an incredible
That's
feat of
unbelievable.
athleticism. Yeah. Every arena should have an Obi Toppin around just to get the ball stalls taken care of.
Smart. All right, so that's great. Wedgie number 1, but best of the week time. We got a few, nominees or things to discuss.
Yeah, let's discuss MVP. Is it too early to discuss MVP?
The answer is yes.
no.
The answer is never.
No,
never.
I think it is.
It is interesting here through 3 nights because it is a debate already. The question is, who would you put at your MVP table? I don't think we got to get too far into the nitty gritty about who's going to lead this MVP race, or we can, but we can set up the table as we have set it up here on YouTube. You can see an old photo of us. I mean, it's not that old. It's 2 years ago, probably,
I think
of us
so.
at the MVP table. I'm putting 10 at my table. I'm squeezing.
No.
I'm squeezing. What?
A table, we have determined this time and time again. It's 6 max.
I'm squeezing.
We're just doing a federal investigation on poker. You can fit 10 people at a poker table. I mean, it's more like 8, and I'm squeezing in 2. So it is a smaller table.
go ahead.
These chairs are. You're gonna knee somebody to get a little bit of space. A couple of these guys are gotta knee people, but because it's so freaking early and guys have only played 1 or 2 games, a lot of these guys warrant a seat.
Are you going to give us the 10 here?
No. Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, of course I am. It's Shea.
Yeah.
He's leading the way. You can call him MVP. Wemby.
Yeah.
Ant is there.
Yeah.
Steph.
Yes.
Although, listen, if Steph didn't play that second game, it'd be very different. Steph picked it up that second game.
Yeah.
He's way better than that.
I'm
second
taking that into equation.
He had a dagger in game 1, but game 2 was his MVP performance for sure.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are hurt by only playing 1 game. So we got 4 there.
Yeah.
Giannis joins.
Yes.
Luka joins, no doubt. He was awesome.
In a loss.
Yeah, well. Yeah, Şengün and the 2 guys who are squeezing in, because you got to respect Aaron Gordon's 50 spot and John Morant's fantastic game. So
What about
those are my
Tyrese
10.
Maxey?
Yeah, well, we're getting tight.
Okay.
He's at my second table for sure.
Oh yeah,
Kids table.
Oh no, actually, I did the math wrong. Maxey was the 10th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we barely talked about Tyrese Maxey because we were fawning over VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah.
But Maxey looked just as good as he did, ripping threes, and he looks like he has muscled up. This guy looks so much bigger and stronger. He's one of the fastest players in the league, which is crazy because he might not even be the fastest player on his team anymore with the way Edgecombe runs the floor. But those two together, it's like both of them can get downhill. At least in game one, both of them were able to shoot threes. I have more confidence that Maxey's going to be a shooter throughout the season since we've seen that during his NBA career. But that was exciting if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan.
Yeah, that he's looking great. It has somebody else to take a little pressure off him because it wasn't Embiid because he's not at the MVP table.
No.
He scored 4 points.
No, he's not there. I didn't have anyone there that did lose their game, I'll be honest. I know this. We're having some fun with this. So I removed Luka, Şengün. There was somebody else you had that came in a loss. I forget, but it doesn't matter. SGA. He's 2-0.
2-0.
He's got 90 points already on the season, so he's doing pretty well. Only Wilt Chamberlain, Anthony Davis, and Michael Jordan have scored more in the first 2 games of a season in NBA history. That's good. Getting a lot of them at the free throw line. He is shot
in overtime.
40 free throws
40 free throws.
through 2 games, but good point. They have played 20 extra minutes at this point
Yes.
because OKC have played in 2 straight double overtime games to begin the season, something no other team in NBA history has ever done. And they won them both. And I think that's only ever happened once in NBA history. I think the Spurs won back-to-back games in double overtime.
So are they coming off a title? I wonder.
I think it was more recent than that, but don't quote me on that. Anyway.
But you always hear after winning a championship, you're getting the best shot from every team when you come and play them next year. And that is 100% going to be the case with OKC this year.
Yeah.
I don't think it's sustainable to play 2 overtime games for the entirety of the season. But because of Shea, they're figuring out ways to win it. He had 30 after the first half in game 1, finished with 55 last night. To be the man, you got to beat the man. And he's still the MVP leader right now, I would say.
God, yeah. Just a bag of hesitations and fakes and the pivots and all this. Like, I know people are, the free throw merchant. Like, watch the games, man. Are there a couple times where he is drawing the contact, drawing the foul? Yeah, absolutely. There's a handful of times. There's a lot of other times he's just getting fouled. You can't guard him. They don't know what to do with him because he's got a million moves and he snakes there and he's got the jumper going. And they could easily be 0-2. And instead they're 2-0.
Yeah.
Honestly, because of him. All these shots down the stretch and in the overtime period and stuff like that. And they're getting other help. But
Yeah, he closed it out with the pump fakes because he got Kevin Durant to jump in game number 1. That helped close it up just from the free throw line. So, yes, he's a free throw master. There's no doubt about that. Wemby has to be,
Number 2.
in tight with Shea. Right beside him.
Wemby has had the best game of the season so far. The 40-15, 1 assist, 1 steal, 3 block game. Looks unstoppable. If he's going to play with the force and the power that he's playing with for the entire season, there's no way to guard him. So, like, my question is, who do you actually want to see him play against this season? Because he just lit up Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis isn't Defensive Player of the Year era.
No.
Anthony Davis, but he's still really good. He's still got size. He's still got quickness, and he looked like he had no chance against Wemby. Who even has a chance against him?
I mean, I can't wait to see how OKC plays him. Right?
Chet battles.
Obviously Hartenstein could see some time on him, and then you can go super crazy and go like Caruso up under him, Dort banging him around, just like they can try different things. So that'd be fun.
The high-low.
Can't wait to see that. But I had, just for my list, I did have 1 SGA, Wemby 2. I bumped Curry up to 3, and we can talk about that game here in a second. And then I had Giannis, Anthony Edwards, and Tyrese Maxey. So same guys that you had there. Like I said, I removed guys that were sort of losing here early. But what a start to the season. These performances, we have 2 guys already scored 50.
Yeah.
SGA, you said 55, career high. And then Aaron Gordon with 50, hit 10 threes last night. And incredibly, tied Terry Rozier, of all guys, for most three-pointers made in a season opener. You can't write this stuff.
That's right.
It must be rigged. Well, what a game from Aaron Gordon. He actually is always a Warriors killer. He generally plays really well against Golden State, but Curry, man, 42 points, 35 of which came in the second half in overtime. And he had that stretch where he scored 16 straight points, like end of the fourth quarter, start of overtime. So that was awesome.
I was a sleepy boy. I went to bed at halftime last night.
Same.
I got about 2.5 nights at the beginning of the NBA season before you're exhausted. So I was watching everything the second half this morning, knowing the result, knowing that Curry got to 42 points. So when they flashed the graphic, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and he had 22 points only, I was like, wait a second here.
Right.
There's not much time left. 20 points in the final 11 minutes of the game. He ended with 13 straight at the fourth quarter, and then he scored right away in overtime as well. And the guy is being very judicious with the night-night. He could have hit it in game one after he hits the dagger. I think it put him up 10, really ended the game with like 50 seconds left. Didn't do it.
He did it when Jimmy Butler hit that 3 yesterday, right?
That's right.
Yes.
And after Curry hit his deep 3, I think they marked it as a 34-footer or something like that. Just, come on.
He was pumped.
Oh, yeah, he was pumped.
Yeah, the 2 minutes before that, in the end of regulation, Warriors are down 3. They did the whole classic Curry, Draymond, multiple picks and screens. Like, where they keep doing that little thing. Draymond's like switching it. And that's where Curry finally got free. Jokic sort of stayed back, hit the 3 up top. And then the one you're talking about, 25 seconds left. Warriors again down 3. An absurd 34, 35-foot bomb there on a designed inbounds play because Curry's in the backcourt. Give it to Draymond, give it to him. But like was it Jamal was draped all over him. I mean, it's like a type of shot. I was thinking about it. That's a type of shot for most players where it's like, that might have been the greatest shot of my career. Like a game-tying, huge 35-foot bomb. The shot of your career. For Curry, absolutely ordinary.
Yep.
We've seen it a million times. But even he thought it was cool because he did celebrate like crazy. I thought, you're like, okay, that one was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and he knows that he somewhat like Shea, who turns it on in the fourth quarter. Steph has been doing it more and more recently now. Later in his career, feels like last 2.5 minutes, last 3 minutes. Here we go. It's Steph time, and he's so damn good at it. So he's at the MVP table. There is no doubt he's part of this.
Was
MVP
Jimmy
table.
Considered? He didn't have a great game last night in game 2. He had an awesome game.
Game 1 was great.
Yeah,
It was great.
But for Warriors fans, Kuminga had some big moments again in this very close game that we're talking about here. This one did go to overtime, 1 overtime period. Remember we talked about how he had the big rebound, a couple big plays down the stretch of game 1. He did it again here.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that Jokic isn't even smelling the MVP table here after one bad game 1, although he will
had a triple-double.
Yeah.
But he struggled to shoot.
He did. He was like 8 for 23. He missed 2 layups at the end of regulation that like could have won the game. Shots he makes all the time. Missed a free throw that would have put him up by a point as well. So yeah, sorry you don't get to eat at our table.
Don't worry.
Jokic. I imagine he'll make his way here eventually, but you gotta like what you're seeing from the Warriors right now. Horford looks like a perfect addition. The way he moves the ball. They had that 3-man game with him, Curry, and Jimmy Butler. You're like, Jimmy's been there for 6 months. Al Horford's been there for like 2 weeks, it feels like, and perfect synergy already between him. And this guy, Will Richard, apparently is a find. He's making plays all night. So perfect stuff from the Warriors. If they're able to stay healthy, they're going to hit their over. I know I was on their under just thinking they don't have enough guys, but it looks like they got enough guys.
That was my prediction mulligan. I was under with you, Trey, when we did our picks. And then I was like, the more I thought about it, I guess even maybe seeing them a little bit in preseason, yeah, I think they're going over on that one. They're going to be flirting with 50 wins. But then again, like, they could get injured. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oldie guys.
Yeah.
They're oldie, and that's the worrisome part. Because Al Horford did look old in game 1. In game 2, it looked great. But they have the support players that are doing well. As you mentioned, Will Richard. I thought Gary Payton II just comes with these freaking key plays every time.
He unfortunately always gets injured.
He does.
Yeah.
But who will be leading this table at the end of the year? I know Shea's the hot one right now. It's hard to take him out of it, but is it Wemby? It could easily be Wemby because you brought up the question, who's going to guard this guy? Go through every team. Who is it? No one. There's no one. Are you going to get a more mobile guy like an Evan Mobley? Maybe. But you can't stop him. Is it going to be a more physical guy like Rudy Gobert? No. You brought up, I
saw Wemby light up Rudy Gobert playing one-on-one when Wemby was like 17 years old.
Yeah.
That's an awesome clip. Rudy Gobert is like the defensive player of the year, and he has no chance against a teenage Wemby. I want to see him play against Giannis. Like that to me seems like a cool matchup to see because Giannis despite Wemby's improvements this year, Giannis is still a lot stronger than he is. I don't even know if Giannis would get the assignment, though, or if it would be Miles Turner with Giannis as a help guy. Cavs is interesting, though, because they have Mobley and Allen. They have size to throw at him, but, he's played literally one game this season. He probably won't average 40 points per game, but it felt like he could do it very easily.
Yeah, because he did to Anthony Davis. He did to Derek Lively. No problem. Like Derek Lively's supposed to be a monster and agile. It's supposed to be the combination that is Victor Wembanyama, somewhat to match it. But there's nobody. You made the video last year, I think, of Wembanyama versus Şengün, right? That Şengün was pretty good on him, or am I reversing it? Anyways,
please call him Shane Goon. It's his new nickname to me.
Yeah. I had Ant over Giannis just because, Giannis played against the Wizards. No offense.
Yeah.
But Ant had to do a little bit more. He had 40, scored 10 in the fourth quarter, went 4 for 4 from the field, and all of his shots were in the last 4.5 minutes of the game. Great clutch performance from that guy. And the only person we haven't mentioned that I'm having at my kids' table is OG Anunoby. I thought he was so good for the Knicks against the Cleveland Cavaliers. 24 points, 14 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, and a block. He did everything out there, but 24 points, you're not even getting the breadbasket.
Yeah. My kids' table includes a couple Raptors in RJ Barrett and Scotty Barnes, but they just punked the Hawks, so the stats are awesome looking.
No Brandon Ingram.
No,
at the kids'
those
table.
those two had a better game. I was good, but those guys were awesome.
All right, moving on. The MVP table's fun. It's not too early to talk about the MVP season. Nah. But let's get to the next topic, because when people speak, those in charge do listen. And everyone complained, hey, we need the Larry O'Brien in the middle of the floor for the NBA Finals. And it's happening. It's official. NBA Finals every single season, it seems like, for the future, starting with this season, will have the Larry O'Brien at center court. For every game.
Painted on.
Yeah.
Because we asked for it, and they gave us the worst version of all time when they digitally put it on.
Oh,
That little graphic with the tiny
and everyone's like,
little
no, that's not what we meant. And they're like, oh, okay, we'll actually put the real thing on there. So, love it.
Yeah, they can make NBA Cup courts and paint whatever they want. They could definitely paint a trophy.
You can paint a court, you can paint a trophy.
That's right.
So we're all good, and everybody's happy, I assume.
Every photo when this news comes around or people complain, hey, we want the LOB on the actual finals court, it looks awesome. I think it looks cool. Every photo I see, when it was the Magic, I guess that was the last one, right?
Yep.
Magic Lakers 09. And then you see the ones before that. I love how it looks. Makes the game feel a little more special, obviously, when you see it on the screen. So, hopefully nobody slips on it.
That's why they got rid of it, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. It's at half court, so it's pretty unlikely that it would have any real impact. I know maybe you're trying to keep a ball from going over half court and you slip. I'm probably talking it into existence now. But anyway, I'm sure paint technology has improved since 09. I don't know how the Bayer company's doing.
So true, yeah.
There was concern after the NBA Cup courts that there was some slipping happening. So I don't know. You never know with the paint. You never know with Jeff Hamilton's paint ideas. Hopefully, but I assume it's not going to happen. They'll be good.
I just thought of. I guess this will be the new version of the LOB painted on at half court.
It is slightly different.
It's a little different.
Yeah,
tiny bit.
It's got the grooves on the ball.
Yeah,
that's the biggest.
It's a little more
thing.
circular feeling than the old LOB.
You mean the base?
The base, yeah.
The base used to be a square.
Yeah. That's fine.
I don't think anyone will notice.
No, I will complain when they use the new LOB trophy. I want the old one.
I want a square base.
All right, this is great news.
It is great news for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's get to the last best of the week topic here. The TNT guys, they're on ESPN. Our legends, Ernie, Shaq, Charles, and Kenny, they're there on Thursday night doing what they usually do, but on ESPN. They're on the same desk. They're in the same studio here in Atlanta.
Same crew, they say.
Same crew. People ask.
Shout out to our friends.
Is Underdog there? Is Underdog there? In a tweet, and Shaq said, yeah, of course he's. He's right upstairs, as always. Put it on a T-shirt. What did you guys think of the crew being the crew?
It is weird. It's just weird seeing the ESPN logo on the desk or in the monitors. I mean, it's the exact same show. You're not wrong, but it's, I don't know, something about it is just discombobulating to me. Like, oh yeah, this is at halftime of ESPN and we're going to these guys and great, love these guys, but just strange is all.
You said the ESPN logo there.
Yeah, they have it there.
Was the digital part of the front of the desk also different?
I think the desk looked a little different, yeah.
Because there's a huge Popeyes ad on the desk.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like they used to have
No,
ads.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was...
They've added some
Auto Trader in
branding
there?
to it.
Yeah, Auto Trader wasn't there.
But yeah, you know,
I don't know.
It's fine. It was just weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm alone.
ESPN said we're not changing anything about it. And they didn't change anything about it. It feels the exact same. They even have the same theme song. You even have Shaq dissing big men who are great. I eat a lot of French fries. I eat a lot of, what was the other thing he said?
Toast.
French toast. Yeah, you can tell he's feeling threatened by Wemby coming for his position out there. That's kind of like a mark of achievement, I think, for an upcoming big man is to have Shaq diss you.
True.
Because he's feeling a certain way about his legacy going forward. So it felt like the exact same
It did
as it
not
was
feel
when it
different.
was at
Yeah.
Turner, even to the point that they played a bunch of clips of Chuck saying, ESPN's not going to work me like a dog on ESPN.
Yeah, that's great.
And they're not getting worked like dogs because they're done for a while now, right?
They've got like 2 more shifts
Yeah, exactly.
for the next couple of months. He called it. I will say this, though. The only thing that is different, Chuck has lost a lot of weight.
Very true.
And I don't like it. I like it for his health. I want Charles Barkley around as long as possible. I like that part, but I'm a team fat Chuck. Something about it. It's better. We all know these people in our lives. So it's like, it was funnier or better, or you were cooler to me when you were a little chubby. It just worked better. And then you lose weight, and it's like something doesn't hit. So
that Monjaro Chuck.
that's my one thing. He's like really, really like lost it in his face and his neck. And
That's
stuff
where
like
you
that.
can tell
Yeah.
because another thing that hasn't changed is the suits.
Yeah, the suits are
He's
exactly the
He's
same.
still wearing his prior size
yeah.
suits.
When does he make the change to get suits that fit?
Ooh, I mean, they should make a whole segment out of that. You know, send or get the tailor in there, whatever.
Who Taylor for?
Not to diss Chuck, but there have been summers before where he's lost weight and come back in October and he looks slimmer,
it's
and then he
fluctuated.
gets it back.
Yep.
He'll bring
You're
it back.
saying the NBA season brings some pounds with it?
Oh, absolutely.
Very possible, yeah.
Absolutely.
Late nights.
Late nights.
You're sitting there.
You're just sitting there eating a bunch of junk food, probably.
Sitting there for many hours. Happens to us every NBA playoffs. We all gain weight.
wrong.
Quite true.
Yeah, because Chuck did tell us when he was on our show, I do believe, he said, I'm going to a fat farm this summer. That's what he
right.
called it.
Yeah.
But this time he's taking a shot, row.co, not an advertisement, but he's taking a shot and he's working out. He said the shots just don't work on their own.
Right.
You got to actually do some stuff.
That's true.
You think Chuck's on the Peloton?
Yeah, great question.
We can find out.
They did a thing with him on a bike once before, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a bike man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know he hates yoga though. I mentioned something about doing yoga once. He's like, "Oh, you mean stretching?" I was like, "Oh, you got me."
Well, we got Peloton in there. Kenny can do some races against people because he did call out as he raced to the board. He said, I'm taking on Stephen A. Smith. I'm taking on anybody that wants to race me.
He listed
Let's go."
Jefferson. He listed a couple of guys.
Oh, Richard Jefferson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's ready.
I will say, we're giving it a best of the week. Great to have them still on ESPN. They haven't messed with it. That's awesome.
Yep.
What was going on with the ESPN broadcast of the Thunder Pacers game last night? Why did everything look so dark? Anybody else notice this, or was I going crazy? And I checked online to see, like, is it my TV? Is it me? People were saying there was something strange going on with how they're actually like transmitting the game. You know, Bubba Prague, this guy like is all over this stuff. He looked into it. He shared on Blue Sky that ESPN was doing what Fox and increasingly Peacock regularly do, and that's produce an HDR, but send regular HD color mapping information. JD, we'll have to get your insight on this, but I'm telling you, well, hold on. I sent that clip of the wedgie. I don't know if you noticed. It looked darker than normal. So
Yeah,
there was something going on.
I increased the brightness on it to show on our show.
Well, there you go.
It does look dark.
Yeah.
Undeniably. Washed out and grayish, you know?
Yeah. It's like very strange. So
Yeah.
hopefully they fix that.
JD was dealing with that with our cameras a mere days ago.
Every day, Tass.
Every day, yeah.
Get your white balance up.
Yeah.
Can I
but
get
you got it already. So I thought it was weeks ago because it looks good now.
Can I get your opinion on Tim Legler on the broadcast team with Mike Breen and Richard Jefferson? He's the third man now. Doris Burke was going to the B team, but she was in the second game there. Yeah, what do you think?
I think Legler is doing a good job of picking his spots right now because Richard Jefferson talks a lot more than Tim Legler does. So Legler's got to get in where he fits in. But I like the chemistry so far between those three.
Yeah, agreed. I think Legler's bringing enough energy and just instantly analyzing. He's very good at that.
Yeah.
And so that works.
He is good.
I really liked it. I thought those three were really nice together. And it's super early. You're only going to imagine they're going to build more chemistry. But you're right. Legler picking his spots. They had some rapport. Some jokes were going. And he's really good at breaking down basketball.
Yeah.
And sort of the compliments, I think, RJ good. Obviously, he's more of the coming at it from, well, they're both players. I do forget Tim Legler was an NBA player. But anyway, point is they come about it a little differently in terms of the X's and O's are more Legler and maybe more of the locker room or the thought process behind something is RJ's. And then Mike Breen's a legend. So makes it all work.
But there's still jokes, it feels like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like I called Damon Jones Dante Jones, Richard Jefferson, he called somebody the wrong name. I can't remember who it was, but Legler was all over him. Just, what? So it was funny.
And Jefferson was making fun of like Mike Breen being old. He did that a couple times. Yeah, there was a whole bit on Jefferson was joking that he like went last year 27 for 27 on challenge reviews, like calling it right. You know what I mean? And so then they played off of that. So it was good. That was our big knock with I guess, was it Breen, Reddick, and Doris Burke, if I have the three correct. That we were like,
They were
it was
together
lacking
for 5 seconds. It feels.
Well,
like.
yeah, but it was lacking some laughs.
in comparison to JVG and Mark Jackson and Breen. Yeah. They laughed a lot.
Tonight, SVG back in our lives. Eagle. So we have Bird, SVG, and I think Cassidy Hubbarth is working the sidelines. We're on Prime.
This is on Amazon.
Amazon. Yep, Prime tonight, guys.
Pronounce it wrong.
Pronounce it different ways. I mean, we're going to the
Amazon Prime.
We're going to the river.
We're going to the Amazon.
Yeah.
Going to the river.
Nice. That's a Prime joke. All right, pick 'em. Let's get this one right tonight. Let's do it.
Hey.
I mean, I'm getting them all right now. I was angry I had to take the Warriors last night because you guys took the Nuggets because we had a bit of a mix-up yesterday with the wrong game on yesterday's show. So we just like swerved, took that one. I got it right, though. Thank God. The Warriors got done in overtime. So I'm 3-0.
Blame it on us.
Tass.
I blame it on FanDuel.
I blame it on Nikola Jokic.
Okay.
Make it free throw.
Everybody's blaming it on something.
Well, also
Blame pie.
The lines should end at the end of regulation.
Oh, God.
They should. Come on. They should. They should.
I lost last night, so I agree.
No, they should. No matter if I win or lose, I think they should all be 48 minutes. Why should they go into overtime? So if one team
Because it's the result of said game.
it doesn't matter.
Don't worry. There's probably a bet out there where you can just bet on regulation. Will it go to overtime? I'm sure you can get
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
Okay, well, we'll see what
where are we going
happens tonight. Minnesota going into Los Angeles.
We're running it back.
For the Lakers. We're plus 2.5, getting 2 points at home. I'm taking them because they should win, not just because they're going to cover that. I have faith in the Lakers bouncing back. You guys are taking the Wolves to win by 3 or more.
That's right. Did we lose that graphic?
I have the wrong one.
This game, man. It's
cursed.
This
Yeah,
game
it's
has
cursed.
cursed us. Anyway, that's Tass said it for everybody. I have the Wolves. Trey has the Wolves. They got to win by 3. Tass has the Lakers. Dogs at home.
We'll gamble on getting an additional producer. If I win tonight, we get an additional producer here to help JD not have to deal with everything at all times.
How's that going to work?
I don't know.
You're looking at 3 additional producers right now.
Yeah. Obviously. You can always use some extra
We'll
hands.
bring the switcher over here.
Sure. So another massive 12-game slate tonight. We had that game. We got the Thompson twins going head-to-head. That's fun.
Nice.
Houston, Detroit. 2025 East semifinals matchup in Madison Square Garden. We got that tonight.
Great.
And you guys, I mean, fresh off of Wemby's MVP performance, 40 and 15, he's taking on Zion tonight. So that's sort of fun too. Anyway, lots of great games on. Stacked Friday night. Some of these on on the river on Amazon Prime.
Take me to the river.
Oh, take me to the river. We got a radio station here in Atlanta called the River.
I like
How
the
is
river.
that?
Yeah, it's great.
English Nick. Is
English
that
Nick, man. Shout out to the truckers.
I think English Nick was in the indictment, right? That was one of the guys. Oh no, Albanian Bruce. My bad.
Albanian Bruce was in the indictment.
Oh yeah, the nicknames are amazing. I was gonna say we got 12 games and we got game 1 of the World Series.
Yeah, baby.
Toronto Blue Jays
Wow.
hosting the Dodgers. Oh yeah,
Trade's
pitch time.
taking the hill. Not our Trade. Trade, you savage.
You savage.
It is nuts. That guy had his first, I'm telling the story
my
again,
God.
had his first major league start 5 weeks ago. Now he's starting game 1 of the World Series. Come on. That is incredible.
Do the
You
Jays?
savage.
Here's a question for you.
Savage.
Do the Jays need to win tonight's
No.
game 1 to win the World Series?
Why?
Your thoughts?
Why?
Why? I don't know.
7
It
games.
sounds like something a pundit would say. I'll tell you why. That's what Dave
Why?
Grisham said on the Marta to
On
the
his podcast?
Hawks game the other night.
Well,
That was actually great. We were on the Marta. Marta or Smarta. Take public transit when you can, even though it sucks here in Atlanta. It works well for us. It's one line right to the game. Anyway,
I told you, game 1 of the 1992 World Series, the Toronto Blue Jays lost.
yeah.
Damon
Sorry, they weren't
Berryhill
playing the
went
Dodgers.
ding dong. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Jack Morris gave up a 3-run dinger. They lost. It's all right. That's all right.
The story was a guy got on the Marta train wearing a Blue Jays hat.
Okay.
We're like, I had the Raptors jersey on. We're like, hey, let's go. Let's talk Toronto sports, big guy. You want to talk Argonauts? We can do that. And that's when my buddy Grish, your buddy Grish, our buddy Grish said, they got to have game 1.
Oh, God.
Gotta have it.
I would say,
Come on.
I would say
you
quite
don't like
often,
that take?
they just were down 2-0 in the ALCS and
they
they
did
won the
come
series.
back.
Yeah, but the Raptors won game 1 against the Warriors in the finals after being down 2-0 to the Bucks
Yeah.
in the championship series in their conference. So if
heard.
it's going to follow the same suit, you know.
Yeah, well, I had to make a short about it, so I said that. I said, "Come on, they're the Raptors. They did exactly what the Raptors did in 2019. No one's expecting them against Shohei." I will ask though. Oh, now my question's already gone. What was I going to ask? Anyways,
Are you gonna ask about the Leafs? They're struggling right now.
Well, no, I will say-
11th in the conference.
No, I don't care
even
about
know
that.
their
No,
conference
do
is.
not.
I do want to talk about Toronto sports. Toronto memorabilia. When you see somebody in a Blue Jays hat, you assume that they're a Blue Jays fan. But I will just say, they've become so popular.
Yeah.
People,
Cool hats too.
cool hats.
Cool hats. You're right. But he saw my jersey and he said he shot the first Toronto sports nugget. Okay.
And what was
he
the
shot first. This is the canteen.
What was it?
What did he say? He's like, yeah, Rod Black, eh?
Okay, nice Barkley.
He had a lot of sports up there.
Rod Black. So good.
Hey, Gino Rena.
Sorry, I'm out after Rod Black.
I saw James
Jerry
Cebulski.
D, huh?
Jerry D.
Jerry D. Oh, yeah, that's new age to us.
Oh, Cabby Richards, pretty happy guy. But I did see James Cebulski. I'm not going to talk about you. Okay, moving on.
Can I ask you just who's going to win tonight? I know you got the questions rapid fire, but who's going to win
man.
tonight? Give me the score.
Game 1's super important.
Yeah, I know. I told you.
Must win.
You got to win against these Dodgers. Would you say Blake Snell is pitching up against
Yeah.
Trey Savage?
yeah.
You got to win. Must win. Jays win.
Give me a score. Come on, call your shot. I trust your baseball insight.
Here we go. I think it's going to be a grand salami from my friend.
Wow.
Who's going to do it? We'll go with Alejandro Kirk. They're going to win 4-1 just on a grand slam.
4-1. I love it. Trey, where are you going tonight?
Jays 12-5.
Oh, high scoring affair.
Yeah, the Dongers are out.
Unfortunate news. Dodgers are going to win game 1. It doesn't matter. Here's what I learned. Whatever Grisham says, do the opposite.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, he's notorious for calling a game early, but I've never heard somebody call a series over before game 1 has been played. This is a must win. If they lose, it's over.
I plan on
Unprecedented.
watching game 1 with Grish tonight. I'll let you know if he calls it game after one strike, one batter. Game's over.
Oh, a lot of movement on that one.
It's done. I'm going to bed. Could you leave? Find your way out. Okay, before we go, rapid fire, not so rapid usually. Tass, you got the questions, we got the answers.
First one. During NBC's broadcast opening night, Reggie Miller said that the OKC should retire James Harden's jersey. Harden's career was there for 3 long seasons, no championships. I don't see the fit. When's a time you wanted to reward someone with something they didn't actually earn? Skeets.
Tough question, Tess.
You got it.
I was really struggling with this. Away from basketball, I couldn't come up with anything. So I kept it on the court.
Okay.
And when was the time you wanted to reward someone with something maybe they didn't actually earn? Penny Hardaway. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Because he was one of my favorite players in the 90s. And I know right now we're on a huge nostalgia kick here for 90s basketball with NBC back in our lives. But Penny Hardaway, man, his first 5 seasons, they were electric. This guy was awesome. 4-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA, finished top 3 in MVP votes in his 3rd season. He had the little penny commercials, so he not only looked cool, played cool, he was cool off the court.
Great shoes.
I was all lit. Great shoes. I had a pair.
Yeah.
So, you know, he ain't ever going to make the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, his career just didn't pan out that way because of injuries. But to me, I'm rewarding him. He's in the Skeets Hall of Fame.
Personal Hall of Fame.
Yeah, him, Nick Van Exel, a few others. Maybe Damon Stoudemire. Put him in.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
4 All-Star appearances in his first 5 seasons.
amazing.
He got off to an incredible start. Trey.
For me, it's anytime somebody comments on the No Dunks YouTube page. I'm going to heart it 99% of the time, even if I don't think it's a good comment.
Oh, what about the negative ones?
That's why I said 99%
Yeah.
of the time. I would even say probably more like 99.9. I don't care if you're dissing us
Yeah.
because I love the engagement.
Yeah,
It's
right.
got to be good for the algorithm, I think.
I do
But
go.
there's sometimes I'm like, oh, dear. I can't allow this.
So you
to
say no,
happen.
so you don't do it?
I leave nothing. Just leave it there. I let it sit. I let it fester. And then eventually, because I hate seeing it show up in our community tab
Yeah.
and it's just still there, I'll heart it and then delete it immediately. Gotcha, sucker.
But interesting, not a lot of thumbs down on those tweets that you hate. You sort of leave it.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
never put a thumbs down. It's just good or neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one because I do go there and I do see there's just a few just lingering because I'm more of a lingerer. I don't. I'm more of a 90%. I think maybe 80%.
Okay.
I just leave them there. But you're right. We could just. I mean, the racist ones. You know, you could
Those
just,
ones,
Those
yeah,
are deleters.
Those
Yeah,
are
yeah,
deleted. You can cross a line with us.
yeah.
We'll
just-
delete those.
We got a high line, though.
Yeah,
That's right.
I agree.
High line to meet.
Thanks to everybody for leaving YouTube comments.
Yeah.
They are generally 99% of the time not even just positive about the show, but talking about a point.
Sure.
Maybe
Yep.
saying, oh, I disagree with that.
You're a dum-dum.
Yeah, fine.
I'm gonna be a dum-dum. Don't be a dum-dum, don't be a racist. Yeah. That's one of my key tenets in life, you know?
Smart.
JD.
Yeah, I'm very charitable when it comes to Star Wars. So any new piece of content that comes out, I'll go, oh, okay, that was pretty good. That's pretty good. And then I just, you know, as time goes by, I'm like, it actually sucked.
Wait a second.
But not excluding the original trilogy.
That's
Sorry.
fine.
Yeah.
That's perfect
Yeah.
in your eyes.
Yeah, it's other than the Ewoks. But anyways, yeah. You know, and then Esh and I get into it, and he's so enthusiastic about it. He usually brings me back, you know.
Right.
But I am way too charitable to Star Wars in general.
Star Trek, though, you're pretty cutthroat.
I love Star Trek.
Oh, you do?
I got very little negative to say about Star Trek.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Somebody
don't have
asked
as
us to
big of a
settle
current
between Star Trek and Star Wars. What's better? God, we're gonna start a war.
Yeah.
Start a war.
Star Award.
All right, next topic here. On the hit podcast Analysis, Chris Middleton.
We gotta get a drop. We gotta get a drop for any time Tess brings up this podcast. I love it now. It's one of my favorite, not even bits. I just love it.
He's in my algorithm. Chris Middleton told Thanasi Antetokounmpo, when I was traded from Milwaukee to Washington, I rented a car and just drove 3 hours by myself. No music, no nothing. Just me and the road. Just kind of like thinking and everything. When's the time you thought about stuff and only thought about stuff? Skeets.
I have a recent example. I was sitting in the U.S. consulate in Montreal, Canada, without any phone, because they take that from you and they lock it up in a box, without any reading material. They don't leave a magazine up there, not a TV screen with the news even on it, nothing. Just sitting in a chair waiting to be called up to a window to eventually process my green card. And I sat there for 3.5 hours. I know what you're talking about, Chris Middleton. It's a long time.
just thinking.
just in a room full of other people waiting to do the same thing. But man, it's been a long time since like I've just sat for 3.5 hours with nothing.
Just thinking.
Like they had like
About
some
stuff.
signs on their wall, like small print signs about like how much it costs for a particular like fee or like a service. I read the whole thing
Yeah.
just to do something, just to get up. I'll go
To
read
do
that.
something. You didn't raw dog it, just sit there?
No. I mean,
That'd be even crazier.
I should note I was with my wife,
Yeah.
so we could talk to each other. But you start to go crazy after a little while. We just like, we're pretty personable people, so we just start talking to people. Oh, what? Where are you from?
Yeah.
So that was fun. That killed some time. But 3.5 hours, man, without your phone or a book or a magazine or anything or a TV screen.
Do you have a favorite thing you thought about at the time? Anything stuck with you?
I just thought about, man, was this all worth it? It's not feeling like it right now. But no, I can't remember.
All right, Trey, is there a time you thought about just thinking about stuff?
Have you guys ever seen the movie Walk Hard? It was
Yeah.
like John C. Reilly music biopic
Yeah.
thing, and they say Dewey Cox thinks about his whole life before he goes and plays. That's me brainstorming rapid fire answers. You just sit there and think, is
Yeah.
there a story that I haven't told
Yeah, good luck.
that somehow relates to this? And clearly I didn't have one for this. But that's what it is when it's rapid fire. You're like, what could I possibly say? What could I possibly say that's going to be entertaining?
And then do you do what I know Tass does and I do? Hey, hey Danny, hey Nora, how you guys
Occasionally,
think of this?
yeah. Occasionally, depending on when the brainstorm session is taking place
Yeah.
and who's awake and that kind of stuff. And you remember different things. Lives are very helpful for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are. Jay, you got one here?
It's constant for me. I can't. I'll try to read a book, and I just start thinking about stuff. I listen to podcasts. I can listen to an entire podcast, not even hear a single thing that's said. It's I was thinking like, oh, in this shower, I think about, but it's constant, just off thinking about whatever.
Thinking about Star Wars.
Thinking about Star Wars. Music, I mean, God, I like to put on whatever. I just zone out and think about stuff. It's a curse. It's a curse.
It is,
Thinking about stuff.
Do you think about cool stuff?
Neat stuff.
Neat stuff? Any raw stuff?
Well, a little bit of raw stuff.
Hot dogs?
sometimes.
The girls were grossed out when I told them about eating the raw hot dog. Ada was like, don't say it. Don't say it.
This is amazing to me.
She don't like a hot dog.
Oh wow, not even a cooked hot dog.
No. If I'm not mistaken, thinking back to my life, thinking about some stuff in my life, she puked up some hot dogs in Tess's mother-in-law's pool. Once upon a time.
Too much fun. Too much fun.
Yeah. The hot dogs don't sit well with her. So
That's why.
raw one even
Wasn't
worse.
that why Mom was saying you can't go in the pool after eating? It wasn't this nonsense of like you're gonna cramp up and all that. Like, that's all bogus. It was just like you're more likely to puke. 'Cause you just ate a bunch of crap. You're at a party usually, so you're not maybe eating the greatest of foods. You huff that down, then you get in the pool, you scarf that down, and then you puke, right?
Especially if you eat a cold dog, not a hot one. Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah. Why were you serving cold hot dogs to these kids at your pool party?
All right, final one here. As we near our 20th anniversary, I thought this final one was a little fitting. Courtesy Trey Kirby. He asked in our Slack channel this week if you could take a magic pill to do something today, but as your younger self, what would it be? Skeets.
Well, I've used this answer before in a similar sort of question. Skateboarding. 100%.
Yep.
That's a good one.
Put me on the board. Watch out, Red Bull. Like I have a theory that I would have been a good skateboarder.
Yeah.
You got the skateboard build.
Yeah.
Would you be like a Tony Hawk half pipe vert sort of guy, or would you be like street courses doing grinds and flipping stairs?
Good question. I do like I like heights. I think I fall gracefully enough. So I wanted to say Tony Hawk, but then I also grew up in Stratford, which is a beautiful little town, but it's got like half of it's real dirtbag central. So I would have been like a street skateboarder, I think. So that's my answer.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. I'm grinding.
Yeah, grinding. I think that's cooler. I mean, all respect to Tony
Yeah.
Hawk.
I mean, it's amazing what they can do.
Yeah, for sure. But to do ollies, kick flips, the other ones,
Yeah.
and nose bones, is that
Yeah.
a thing?
Sure.
That's snowboarding. I don't know.
I think I'd be most interested in the ones where like you see a bunch of stairs and you see the rail. and let's tackle it,
Yeah.
Because there's like, you're going to break something at the bottom when you wipe out. But
Let's
I'm going to get this
tackle
one.
it.
Check this hammer.
is that what skateboarders say right before they go? Hey, let's tackle this, guys. I'll be the tackle boy.
I don't think they talk. Because
No, they don't.
seeing these modern
Yeah,
courses,
yeah.
they don't do anything. They don't say anything. They're listening to music, or maybe they're in
There's
their
a lot of
brains. They're just
headphones.
thinking.
Yeah,
they're just thinking to themselves for
Yeah.
hours.
Tunes. Think about stuff.
I mean, it's no different than when a lot of people go for a run. You
Yeah.
might put a podcast in, you might put music in, but you're thinking a whole lot out there. At least I do. Maybe that's what skateboarders are doing.
Yeah, but I thought skateboarders would be like, you missed that one, man. Basically just say 3 words to each other. Come on, you can do that.
I like that they're always recording each other. I do like that part.
Great community.
Great community. I would have loved to have been a part of it. Why didn't I? That's the weirdest part. Sports. I guess I just got I went too sports angle. Not skateboard. Scumbag skateboard
It
angle.
was pre-X Games, man. It wasn't considered as much of a sport back then.
Yeah, I didn't see a path to making money in it. I'm making money in
Skateboarding
this.
podcast. Imagine that.
Damn. I'd love to throw on
I'm sure they exist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to throw in some dickies and talk to you about the coolest boards. How do you do, fellow kids? Got my board on my back.
All
Throw in
right,
some dickies.
Trey, you got this.
Yeah.
You got to answer your own question.
To
Yeah.
answer this question. This is also sort of a Michael Jordan question. He's saying, I wish I could play against today's guys.
yeah.
Basically, for me, it's similar to skateboarding. Like, I wish I could learn to play guitar now. I learned a little bit when I was in college. I can rudimentarily.
Ooh, that's tough.
That's not a word. Rudimentarily? No way. I can barely play guitar, is what I'm saying. I can play a little bit. But I think A, I have a better work ethic now, and B, it seems like it would be easier to learn guitar now because YouTube tutorials and just like
Sure.
the access to stuff is a lot better than finding a teacher and reading through a book and this kind of stuff.
Listen, what we're also doing here is we should be able to create words. Words change, and so rudimentarily. That's a new word.
That's how I play it.
I think we can, and people do, and that's fine. I've noticed
Yeah.
that about myself. I'm just adding, an adverb here, an ly here. It happens. It's fine.
Skibbity toilet.
Yeah, Skibbity Ohio
what the
Riz,
kids
of
say.
course. Well, okay, allegedly, rudimentarily is a word, but I'm never going to say it again.
That's
Okay.
it's a mouthful. Hey, but
You
he was
just
bringing
nailed
up.
it, though.
Yep, and now I'm letting it fly free. You had your time in my mouth.
I have uncaged you from the Webster's dictionary, Merriam-Webster's dictionary. He was bringing up the guitar. I meant to ask you because I just thought about this. When I was in Canada with our friend Daryl and Lisa, I think it came up. Remember there was a time like where you were teaching yourself how to play the piano.
Yeah.
Whatever happened? to
Weird
that?
stuff
Did you
happened during the
continue?
pandemic.
Did you continue? Is what I meant.
No.
No. Okay.
It's unfortunate.
Damn.
Sometimes. I think last week I was like, oh yeah,
Tickling the ivory.
APT, appet. I can learn that song.
Apata.
Yeah.
Banger.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
So I started. I got to finish that. JD, what's your answer to this one?
Yeah, I had basically dangerous stuff on my list
Yeah.
as well. But I'll change my answer. Learn a language, as a young person. I tried the Duolingo and stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't really stick.
No.
It's not the same. Like go do a year abroad. Like I did go to Greece for a year, but I picked up no Greek except for like Malacca, etc. Apathiki, that kind of thing.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
Put it
word.
in the apathiki. But I have no second language and it's vexing.
May I suggest?
They learn when you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
I was gonna say you could learn the language of Albanian. And then we could call you Albanian Bruce. Hey, Bruce. Sorry, it took a while to get there.
I could see Albania from where I was in Corfu.
Oh yeah, right
That's
there.
right there. A lot of Albanian refugees, early 90s. What a time! What a time!
Looks
But
like
I learned.
there's
picked
two
nothing
main
up.
dialects, I guess, of Albanian.
Okay.
So you gotta
Link-
pick one.
Lincoln's learning Chinese right now. It's one of his courses at school.
Wow, see that's cool. Yeah.
Did you change the music that you played while you were in Greece due to the customers there? Like if there was Albanian refugees there, were you playing
No, the
Albanian hits?
there were Albanian people working there,
Uh-huh.
but the clientele was just
Greek.
No,
it was all American,
Yeah.
Swedish, Australian. It was a backpacker hostel. But we did have a bazooki and we did play Zorba. So
Classic.
yeah.
There it is.
All right.
Rapid fire, not so rapid. Told you.
Called it.
Nice to have it back, though. Great questions, tasks, fun answers. We'll call it there. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Just a reminder, order our newest No Dunks t-shirt or crew neck today and get 25% off with promo code NoDunks25. That promo code is only good through Sunday, so that's why I'm reminding you once more. Go to nodunks.com, hit the link in the show notes. NoDunks25, that's the promo code to get 25% off just this new era No Dunks t-shirt or crew neck, which is pretty good savings from our friends at Breaking Tea. And I'm placing our order today, gentlemen. So thank you for getting back into the Slack channel with your sizes. Everybody remains the same. Same builds, eh? New era, same builds.
That's one of our great accomplishments is that we got the same builds for basically the entirety of the show.
Well, you lost a lot of weight from
true.
when you first joined. Yeah, you look great.
It's a real Charles Barkley situation.
You say Monjaro? How dare you say that? Oh, that's a comment I didn't like on No Dunks.
What
Somebody
happened?
Said, at once upon a time, somebody said, Trey's got those dead Ozempic eyes. I lost weight before they even formulated it, okay? I did it the hard way, starving myself.
People take Ozempic have dead eyes.
Yeah. Holy crap! What the hell?
You get a lot of negative comments about your eyes. What was the other?
Oh yeah, piss holes in the snow.
Yeah,
That was actually great. I did like that one. I screenshot that one and kept it forever.
that one's legit funny.
What do you think Surge is up to? Remember that guy? My all-time hater from the TBJ days. Every show would say something terrible. I liked it every time.
Where's your number one hater?
Yeah.
Leo.
Where did Leo go, man? I don't know.
Yeah, he's not here, right?
I guess not.
There you go. Come on, Leo. Get back in the mix. And JD, go to my camera real quick. There was a lot of people commenting on this camera shot and the art we have right now in the Classic Factory. Every time we share a clip, or even here in the stream team, it looks sort of like I have a mullet.
Yeah.
Or like a little flip of the hair there.
Yeah, we gotta move.
So we do need to change that. We got some monitors coming to the Classic Factory. We are going to change some art.
Yeah.
And, we got Halloween next week, so we might do some decorating there. So.
Well, look at this hole that we carved out for Tass, and he just decides to sit over.
Yeah, you're
and-
really close to me.
But there's a hole right there next to you.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a pole between your legs.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Anyway, the angles are gonna be adjusted, so
Yeah, we got lots.
it's a work in progress, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a long season. What's the rush? Why unveil it all in week one?
Right.
Then what's the fun in tuning in?
That's right.
We do a little bit every day. That's the fun. Keep coming back. Keep hitting like. Keep subscribing. Keep leaving us 5-star ratings and reviews. Really appreciate you guys. And don't forget, we also have a Substack. Thanks to everybody that's joined that. Either the free version, the paid version, or founding members. Lots of fun stuff. In fact, every week we're doing something called What We Like. Share some popular links that we've had our eye on all week and things we actually like, be it movies, books, music, podcasts, whatever.
Yep.
So that's going up later today, correct?
Coming soon. I don't know, what, 3 o'clock maybe?
Hey, just subscribe to our Substack and it comes right to your email.
Just be there. You just click it.
That's funny because that's why I brought up the Star Trek versus Star Wars for JD because I saw one of the actors that I watched the show that I recommended in that Substack was on Star Trek, and I didn't think she was, but
In
she
the
was.
pit?
Yeah.
Don't royal his
That's correct. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Who's in it?
Isa Briones, Dr. Santos. Yep.
This person.
Yep. That's
Star Trek
her.
Picard. She was on Star Trek Picard.
Yes,
huh?
of course.
Oh.
Star Trek Picard.
Okay, let's wrap this up.
Let's just say Picard.
Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, we're changing things here in No Dunks, just like the Clipper Bros. I think we're getting new Clipper Bros.
Oh, there's a new Magic Bro.
Yeah.
People have shared it with us, and it's pretty good, guys.
The Magic Bro.
The new Magic Bro. We'll show you next week, Magic Bro. That's what we'll promise you. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Embrace the weekend, people.